Hey friends, it's Susan from legslikemine.com. Today is Friday, June the 20th, and this is my update for the last few days on my Lipedema Awareness Month challenge. For those of you who haven't been with me before, welcome to the podcast and to the show. And I'm Susan O'Hara, and I run a website called Legs Like Mine where I tell my own story about my journey with lipedema. Lipedema is a condition that is not rare, but it's rarely diagnosed correctly, and it's often misunderstood as simple obesity. But really, the fat cells inside our body are chemically different and genetically different. It manifests as deposition of fat in abnormal ways in our legs, our arms, our buttocks, our hips, and now they're saying even our bellies and different parts of our body. It's painful, we bruise easily, we get a lot of fatigue, and we have a lot of conservative therapies that we need to do to manage the condition to help avoid pain, disease progression, and immobility. So, one of the things that I'm doing this month is helping to raise awareness of the condition and telling my story as I go along. I decided also that since I'm doing a challenge anyway, there were a few things I wanted to work on personally, so I added them to the challenge as well. So, the rules of the challenge are 30 minutes a day of movement with 3 times a week at least of additional resistance training, reading 10 pages a day of nonfiction, drinking at least 90 ounces of water a day, avoiding sweets, and getting enough protein, which for me is 100 grams of protein a day, washing and moisturizing my skin on my face 2 times a day, plus using sunscreen in the morning, and now also moisturizing my legs every night before I go to bed, measuring my legs in 3 different places: the ankle, the smallest part of the ankle, the biggest part of the calf, and the biggest part of the thigh, and then weighing every day. And it's not because this is a weight loss challenge, because it is not, but it's about looking for any kind of impacts of things that I'm doing extra. And then the last thing is to share, which for me means posting at least a picture or a photo daily for awareness of lipedema and tagging new groups daily. So there we are. So it's been a couple of days since we talked. First of all, let's just get it out in the open. I'm from Oklahoma City. The Thunder lost last night. Boo. Normally, I would probably have eaten some sugary sweet during the game or after the game, especially after the game, right? Didn't do it. I have been doing so good on the sugar, and I think it really impacts the amount of inflammation in my legs. So that is one of the great things. The other thing about water for me is that I have been doing this thing where every single day I get up in the morning, and the first thing I do after I use the bathroom is I go get a big glass of water and I drink it, like while I'm making breakfast, while I'm making my coffee, whatever. And that's one down. And then the other thing is, before I go to bed every single night, I get up and I drink one more big glass of water, so that's an easy way to just incorporate that extra water into my body. And then I carry around a cup of water with me all day long. And before you know it, you've had all the water. I still drink Diet Pop, coffee, whatever. But now I'm getting that extra water in, and I think my body is so much happier. I think I'm not dehydrated, maybe for the first time in a long time. And I'm glad that I did this challenge for that reason. As far as movement is concerned, so I've been doing some different things. I swim, I have a pool in the backyard, and I've been swimming quite a lot. But yesterday, because it was the Thunder Finals day, I actually took a drive downtown into Oklahoma City to go see if I could pick up some Thunder gear. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to incorporate a walk in. So instead of parking on the block where the Thunder store was, I actually parked a few blocks down at this beautiful garden that's across the street, and kind of a block. It takes a whole city block. And I parked there and I got my walk in freaking 96 degree. I think they said the humidity was over 50%. It was like being in an oven. 1 star, do not recommend. But I did get it in, right? So, and that was a way to get it in on a game day when I knew I was going to be sitting on my rear end for several hours in a row watching a basketball game. So that was good. The other thing that I've really enjoyed, and I'm just going to reach down below my desk here for a second. I have been keeping my stretchy fitness bands and you just get them on Amazon or Walmart or any sporting goods place, right? They're cheap. I've been keeping them around and learning some exercises from folks on the internet who are helping with just learning how to use the resistance band and things that you can work on for specific areas. And the reason I wanted to add resistance in is that I've been swimming for a long time. And when I went to visit my doctor for an annual physical, she said, "You really need to start incorporating resistance." And I still haven't made it to the gym. I keep telling you guys I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to go to the gym. Haven't done it. And I'm halfway thinking like maybe I should just cancel that stupid gym membership. I don't know, because I'm having so much fun with these stretchy bands. And if you've never tried them, this isn't an ad or anything, but I honestly kind of thought, "Oh, they're kind of a fluke, like they're not as strong." Man, they come in different weights. These things, they offer so much resistance. It is crazy. And you can work just about any body part. What's cool these days is with YouTube, you can just go pop into YouTube and say, "Hey, I want to exercise that'll help me work my back muscles or whatever." And there are a handful of trainers out there and physical therapists too that will give you exercises using these bands. So I've really been enjoying these a lot this month. And I also made the decision a while ago to set some 8-pound hand weights out in my living room. I know it's goofy, but I don't care. I'm the one who lives here, right? And sometimes during TV commercials lately, I've been looking at exercises that different people are showing on the internet to work the back, the stomach, the leg, just all kinds of things. And I will do them during commercial breaks. And I don't know that I'm seeing a difference. I feel stronger. And I know that sometimes doing resistance stuff, it takes a while before you see a physical difference, but I'm just going to keep doing it. So I think I've been doing pretty good on the exercise, although it's been like incorporating extra steps into my daily routine or hopping in the pool for that swim and then taking advantage of the things I have. And honestly, y'all, I stay busy, even though I am, like really retired. I stay pretty busy, and having tools at my disposal, like you can throw that in your travel bag, that hardly takes up any room at all. Having those tools at my disposal just gets rid of reasons to make excuses for not just doing a few minutes a day of something extra, right? So I've been really happy about that. At the beginning of the month, my skin was super broken out. My estrogen was off the charts. I'm turning 52 next week, and I know that there's stuff hormonally going on with my body that is just wacko, right? And really incorporating for the first time in my life a pretty regular skincare routine, I think is starting to clear up some of the areas that were just out of control. I have rosacea, so I continue to use the rosacea cream and stuff like that. But my attitude changed in the last couple of weeks of like, oh, it does. It feels like I'm washing my face all the time. And you get like this super crazy deja vu, like, oh, here I am standing in front of the sink again. But I got some fun face stuff that's like not, it's good for sensitive skin. It's got pineapple, little pineapple husks or grits or something in there, and it bubbles up whenever you wash your face with it and exfoliate. And when I get done using that exfoliator stuff a couple times a week, my skin feels like a baby's butt. It is so smooth. And all of the areas that were like raised or starting to dry up because they've been acne they're starting to smooth out a little bit. So I'm really enjoying the skincare. I hope you're enjoying it too. And then same thing with my legs. I guess it was last week, I was like, I'm going to try my face moisturizer on my legs. And my legs drank that moisturizer up. They are so happy. And I know it's too expensive to be doing all the time, but for my month, I'm treating myself. And then I'll go back to whatever I'm going to use, Aveeno or something that's non-oily, because that's what my legs seem to like. I don't like getting my sheets all dirty with oily lotion. You know what I mean? Ugh. Anyway, so measuring, this is the craziest thing. Excuse me for just a second. My legs go up and down. It's really been interesting to measure this month. So if I get in the pool, if I measure before the pool and after the pool, if I'm in there for like an hour, my legs shrink significantly and I have to use the bathroom a few times during a pool session. And then if I wear compression, it will stay down. If I don't wear compression, it'll fill back up. So I am learning like the impacts of swimming, of compression, of walking around in the heat. I mean, it's really strange, but overall, there is no noticeable change, like lasting change in my legs. As far as all the things that I'm doing, it's very fluid, for lack of a better word. But to see the impacts of like, yep, if I get in that pool and I swim really, move my legs quite a bit, and then I use the bathroom, shower, and then immediately put compression on, they'll stay shrunk down until the next time I take off my compression and walk around or whatever. So um, the goal is to stay as uninflamed as possible for as long as possible, because inflammation causes damage. It causes fibrosis to form, right? So it's bad juju when you let your legs fill up. But let's be real, nobody wears their compression 24/7, and it's freaking hot here. So, and I know a lot of people here in the US opt for different compression things, like they switch to that Zalis brand, the summertime weight, or some people go without. And there are days whenever I'll throw on a pair of shorts because I just cannot. I just cannot. Just like everybody else, we're also human, right? And to say that anybody's doing a perfect routine for therapy, who wants to do that for the rest of their life? It's just real. But the best compression is the one you'll actually wear. And they have all these things like, wear it if you're vertical, be wearing compression unless you're in water, right? So anyway, the sharing. So some days I've posted my own videos and content and pictures of myself. Some days I'm sharing stuff that comes from the American Lipedema Association or Lipedema Foundation, but I am sharing it very broadly on all the social medias. And I've gotten a lot of traction on the YouTube videos and stuff like that. And it's all about awareness. It's all about one more person going to the doctor and being able to point to a whole handful of videos, a whole handful of books, and to be recognized and validated, and then to be given some referral to folks for treatment. That's what it's all about. That's how I found out that I have lipedema. And it really helped my mental health too, to know that, oh, I'm fighting an actual disease here. It's not a failure on my part that I cannot slim my legs down, right? And so that's the reason for doing all these things. So overall, I think I'm doing pretty well. It's about lunchtime here, and I'm getting ready actually to go hop in the pool. And then I might go get this crazy head of hair trimmed. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. Did anybody else's hair go curly as you hit that 50 something year old stage? It's so weird. Anyway, so that's my plan. Today I'm working, just as a side note, I'm working on the Legs Like Mine websites and stuff. I'm actually going to be splitting off the shoe stuff so that Legs Like Mine itself is my lipedema journey and my crazy life with lipedema, and the shoe site will be more standalone. So if you're not looking for stuff about shoes, you don't have to wade through it to get to the Legs Like Mine content. I think that's probably a good idea, and I've heard from a couple of people that that's a smart marketing idea. So people who want just shoes can find just shoes, and people who want just lipedema can find just lipedema. So, man, is that a ton of work to get that started, though. So I'll be working on that for a while, and I'm looking forward to it because I want people to be happy, and I want people to be able to find my shoes. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. One other thing, the board members of the American Lipedema Association got together last night, and we just have a monthly meeting, and we're looking at progress. And there's so much good stuff happening. We've got our education team making materials and handouts and stuff that can go with patients and be uploaded in their portal, and we've got we've got a liaison who helps us with information coming to and from therapists, and a doctor, Dr. Wright, who is helping us to review information to make sure we're putting it out, and social media lead. And it's really growing and turning into something that is making us more powerful as we advocate for people who have lipedema in not only insurance coverage world, but at the personal level and all the way up to the legislative level. We're really excited about it. And I would love it if you all would join us at the ALA It's inexpensive, and it gives folks an opportunity to use their skills and talent to advocate for people who have lipedema in many different ways. So I thought I'd put that plug in there because I talk about it and reference it a little bit, but I'm super excited that the patients got together and formed this nonprofit to be able to make our voices heard in a united way. So that's my plug for today. Anyway, I think I'm doing well. I hope. I've had so many people who have emailed me and said, "Hey, I'm doing my own version of the challenge. I'm doing what I can for the challenge. My skin's happier because I've been moisturizing or using sunscreen, or I'm drinking more water, or whatever it is." And I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you guys are following along with me and making the challenge your own. It's, these are things that I needed to work on, but they're all things that are great and healthy for the mind, body, spirit, soul, all that stuff. So, man, just keep writing and sending me your stories and letting me know that the work that I do matters to you. Hopefully, it helps you to feel less alone and more human and more part of a community of people who have the same kind of challenges and how we are overcoming them and living our amazing, fabulous lives together. So, with that, I will leave you. I am going to be doing my version of the Lipedema Triathlon next Thursday morning. It is my 52nd birthday. And as always for the triathlon, I will be doing very limited portions of the bicycling because my knees both need to be replaced. Um, they may actually involve a fun ride on our e-bike, which doesn't really count for the exercise, but it's so much fun. I can't help myself. And then the swimming, and then I'll be doing my walking portion in the water. So it's an all or something challenge, and I'll be sharing pictures and stuff from that day. I'll definitely get the full swim in because I always do. But I hope you'll join me if you haven't thought about doing the triathlon this year for yourself. Jump in and do what you can and take a picture and post. All or something is the hashtag all or something. So, all right, I'll see you. Have a great weekend. I'll probably talk to you again on Monday. These updates every few days seem to be working, and then I'll continue my other work as I go on through the weekend. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for joining me. Bye.